What's going on, everybody? I'm on my way to a small town. You're gonna like this small town. You're gonna think it's a ghost town. That's how much of a small town you're gonna think it is. Or you gotta see it when I get there. Hang around. So, started out different because actually this is the second time I've recorded this, and I had to come back out because of technical issues and had to re-record it. Of course, the first time was always the best time, but I'm watching it here because I came through here a little while ago and had an encounter with some deers, and some road runners on this road too. But you've probably already seen that video. You should have already seen it. So like I said, I'm on my way to a small town. I told you I'd start doing that kind of thing, a little adventuring. But just so happened, one of my favorite roads to ride on was along the way. So here we are. Like this road. So, man, oh, my shoulder, ow. Whew, it hurts. I like that little ranch right there. I like their little fences. Their old-timey fence. House way back there in the hill. Oh, I like it a lot. Man. I think something's for sale here. I think this one to the right, the little ranch to the right is for sale. At least I thought I saw a sign. Hey, y'all loan me $1 bazillion so I can buy this little ranch here out in the country, out in the hills. Anyway, so the subject of the day, even when I was a firefighter, way back when I was younger, and when I was, my time in law enforcement, I never had the opportunity to do an escort. Okay, one of the highest honors I think somebody can have, is to be part of an escort of a fallen soldier, a fallen officer, firefighter, all that. Anybody. Okay? It's a huge, huge honor, I think. Okay? Massive honor. And I don't take it lightly. Alright? When I get the opportunity to do that stuff. And I do it now that I can. Alright? Because I'm disabled, so I'm available. So, I'm going to pin it right here. If I can. There was a ride that I went on with the chapter. We were asked to escort a veteran's ashes to his final resting place. And of course, I went, and we met the family at a gas station, at a convenience store, and we're, gonna go from there to the National Cemetery there in Killeen. And once I found out that there was no, granted the procession wasn't that big, but once I found out that there was no police escort, I was like, I'm going to take this up on myself. I'm going to do it. All right. Of course, there was comments. People made comments about how I put the video out there of using a veteran's funeral procession to get views. And of course, I put that, I typed back to that person and said, no, that wasn't it. It just, I've never done anything like that. And now I get the opportunity to do something like that, and it's a huge honor to me, and I'll just, I'm posting it. I'm going to post it. And that's what you're about, another thing you're about to see, guys. So, hang on, let me get it here, because at high speed, you can't hear me. said, that's kind of neat, ain't it? Look at there. I like that. We're close to the Grove. If you turn here, it takes you off of Highway 36 about 20 miles west of Temple. You'll see the signs for the Grove. And I'm gonna show you this town here. It's pretty dang neat. Like I said, I don't take it lightly getting the honor of escorting a fallen soldier or an officer or anybody like that. And granted, it's illegal to block in Texas and all that stuff, but I am a former law enforcement with the proper-ish training. Granted, I wasn't acting in an actual law enforcement capacity when I did the blocking for that funeral procession. But if an officer wants to give me a ticket for doing that, then I'll just eat the ticket, because what an honor it was to do it. Now, here is the town of the Grove. Okay, here you go, guys. This is the Grove right here. It looks like a ghost town. I'll get back to the procession stuff here in a minute. You got a general store over there, and there's another one to my left. I'll show you in a second. This building that's covered with ivy and is little thing is the sheriff's office. That's my phone, guys. Is the sheriff's office. This says sheriff's office right there in the front, but it's covered with ivy. More modern kind of building was the barber shop. You got a blacksmith and a saloon established in 1910. Then you got a more modern building up here. I'll ride through again. And this has got the post office above it. Right up there, if you look up there, is Dr. Mitchell's place. John Deere sign there. General store and a state bank. Now I'm going to get off and I'm going to walk around here, guys. As soon as I swing back around, I'm going to park my steel horse at the saloon and get me a whiskey. So, the Grove. If you want, you could look at, there's a 2014 documentary about the Grove, okay? And you can check that out if you want to. But I got some history for you here, and I'm about to tell you. And like I said, these people are probably tripping out because this is I was out here yesterday too, but the video didn't come out. Now, let's get us a whiskey. Let's get us a whiskey. Whiskey! Barkeep, can I get a whiskey? Whiskey? Okay, maybe not. Dang. So, like I said, this is the Grove. There's a 2014 documentary about the Grove. It is not a ghost town. Reason being is, I'll get to that, okay? But, like I said, this is the sheriff department. If you can't see it, it says sheriff's office in that little wooden building right there. And that's the original, one of the original places. But you can hear me breathing heavy. Some history. This place popped up around 1836 is the best I can find. 1836. And it was founded in 1850. 1850, guys. And one of the demises to this town is, look at that little thing there. You can still tie your horse up to the thing up there. But one of the demises of this town was Highway 36 was going to go right through here. State of Texas had designated Highway 36 to go right through the Grove. Well, it never happened. Reason it never happened was this well, from what I understand. Now, don't quote me on all this stuff. I've looked it up myself, and you can look it up also. It would cost them too much money to cap off this well to run the highway through here. So the highway is a quarter mile that way. And it really didn't help the town any that you know, even though there's signs out there and it ain't but a quarter mile that way, it didn't really help. But the biggest thing that was the demise of this town was the U.S. Army. In 1940, the United States Army started buying tens and thousands of acres south of here, farmland, and and which is now Fort Hood. Now I know some of you go, "Hey, it ain't Fort Hood no more. They changed the name." It's like, yeah, the Army changed the name to a woke name, and they didn't ask anybody in the area, neighborhoods, or anything like that if they could do that. So we don't recognize the new woke name. We recognize Fort Hood. And that's it. Well, that's actually got electricity to it because it's got a regular bulb in it. Huh. So, but the Army started buying up all the land and, made Fort Hood. And so all the farmers that would come to this little town of the Grove to, get their drink on, get their blacksmith done, get mail, supplies that they need, and they would come to this town. Well, they all moved away when Fort Hood bought it. And there's some wedding stuff, it looks like, in here. I'll explain that here in a bit. By the way, guys, all these buildings are locked, and they have alarm systems, modern alarm systems. So don't think about coming here and breaking into stuff, okay? Why it says brooms on the back. But that used to be the sheriff's office. Kid you not, that's funny. So, in 1936, this was a bustling town. Population of 400 people in 1936. With all that happened, I found one that said in 2000 there were 65 people living here. In 1936, 400, 2000, 65 people. Then, the last one I looked at, the reason it's not officially a ghost town, is because people still live here. 25 people is the last count. On the outskirts, kind of, just like, the stuff. But 25 people, and there's a house right there, still live here. There's a little camper back there. Close quarters, so close that it's not considered a ghost town. Little history. 1972, a retired lieutenant colonel purchased this town. He then started collecting I don't know what that was. He then started collecting movie memorabilia, like from Lonesome Dove and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and True Grit. And they were in all this movie memorabilia and artifacts were in these buildings, okay? And he would collect that stuff, all right? 2008, when the economy fell through and he lost his ass, and so did I, and his health wasn't getting any better, he put it up for sale. In 2010, it went on the auction block, and the highest bidder was a woman I could find with the last name of Moyer, okay? Apparently, she used to live in this area when she was young, and she wanted to, get it, and so, remember her childhood, and so she purchased it, or she won the bid, and what I understand, she's going to try to use it for, matter of fact, like I said, there's some wedding things in there for like weddings and events and stuff like that. This is an official museum. This town is an official museum. Why it's not open to the public, I don't know, okay? But I can tell you this, it is pretty dang neat out here. And I also found out that Bonnie and Clyde drank a soda pop in here one time. They stopped in here to take a break, take a rest. Now here's the funny thing is, okay, I'm going to come up here. They drank a soda pop in here. Apparently they liked the people so well that they didn't rob that bank. Can you see that in there? There's a bank. There's the teller. Look at all that neat stuff in there, man. How cool. But they didn't rob that bank because they liked all the people here. While, they yapped with them and talked with them while they drank a soda pop. So what they did is once they left here, they went to McGregor, Texas. Not that far. Look at that old car down there. Not that far down the road, about 20 miles from here, 20, 30 miles. McGregor, Texas, a little bigger town, and robbed the bank there. So here's your, well, you can tie your horse up, still here. But, so yeah, Bonnie and Clyde once had a soda pop in this general merchandise store. How cool is that? Like I said, as far as I could tell, the lady, Moyer, is the last name all I can find, still owns it. The memorabilia and all that stuff that the lieutenant colonel had collected from all the movies and all that, and Lonesome Dove and all that stuff, also went to the highest bidder. She sold that to the highest bidder, and for some reason, I couldn't find anything official, but for some reason, Patrick Swayze kept coming up. So I don't know if Patrick Swayze, before he passed, purchased a bunch of the stuff, but there ain't no telling. But it is a neat little place. Like I said, it's an official museum, and just for modern day stuff, you can see wires, modern day stuff. All this stuff has alarms on it, and all these locals will come knock you in the forehead if you try to get in there. So, but yeah, ain't this cool, man? It's one of the neat little things. All right, we can go this way, look around. There's a church right down the road here. You probably saw it when I was coming in, but we'll cruise this way a little bit. I think it goes the dirt road this way. But while I continue talking, all right, like I was saying, it is a huge honor for me to, you know, participate in escorting a fallen soldier or an officer or anything like that. So, what you're about to see is kind of lucky. I was out and about on my motorcycle, got a text message from my grandson. He wasn't feeling well and asked me to come pick him up at school. So I went and grabbed my pickup and I went and picked him up. Now, when I got closer to school, I was noticing fire trucks and everything else, police cars, cruisers all over the place. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Now, I had known about the sergeant in the Cameron Police Department that was shot and killed while serving a warrant. Now, it just tells you that this stuff doesn't happen, you know, in big cities alone. Cameron ain't that big of a town. But the sergeant at the Cameron Police Department was shot and killed. I can't remember. See, I should have wrote it down. I can't remember his name. Joshua. I know the first name. But I knew that had happened. But what I didn't know was the funeral procession was about to come right through where I was at. So when I was pulling in to the school, of course, I know the deputies and everybody there. I was talking to the deputy, and I was asked by the deputy if I wouldn't mind, because he was going to block the road that we were on, if I wouldn't do a little traffic control and go block the road down further. And of course, I ain't gonna say no. And if you see my Instagram, you probably already know this. But and I don't show this to toot my own horn or anything like that. But I mean, I'm just telling you, there's no bigger honor. You can do something just as simple as that, to block traffic, to make sure they don't, or block a road to make sure that nobody jumps out, you know, towards the funeral or anything like that in procession, especially a law enforcement officer. And look at this, I have never been back here, but this is kind of neat. Dead end road, crime watch neighborhood. But here's the funny thing, there's cameras on the corner here on this post. Huh. I don't know where I'm at. I love getting lost. That lived right there. I remember now. It's been, I'm talking 20 years. But I had a friend that I worked with that lived in that house right there. He rented it. Wow, it's been forever since I've been out here. I remember now. Okay, back to that. So, the deputy asked me if I wouldn't mind going down there and doing a little traffic traffic control to make sure nobody came out on the funeral procession. And of course, I just happened to have my camera with me and one of my pickup guys. Now, I have a natural shake. A lot of people probably don't know that I have a natural shake. And so you're going to see some shaking a little bit, but I actually realized I was shaking, and I put the camera against my stomach while the procession came by. But I'm just going to show you some of the procession here. And man, what a huge honor. What a huge honor to be able to partake in anything like that. I consider it one of the highest honors there is. But if you have headphones on or you got earbuds on, you might want to turn your volume down. So here it comes. So I come up to pick up my grandson, and this is going on. I've been asked by the local deputies here to assist with traffic control, which I'm more than happy to. But there's currently a, sorry for the shaking guys, a funeral for a fallen officer coming this way. Cameron, Texas officer, and it's going to come right through here. And I was asked by the deputies, the one that just passed, and there's another one up there that's blocking that one, and asked to stop traffic coming this way. And of course I will. And I'm sorry about the shaking, guys. This is my deal for traffic control. like I said, what an honor to be even just to stand there and make sure nobody comes out that road. Huge honor to be able to partake in that. And like I said, it might have been some kind of like, you know, God said, hey, you need to go pick up your grandson so you can be part of this funeral procession for this fallen officer. Man, so great. It is so great. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed. Is that a lake I'm seeing up ahead or something? ADD kicking in. That's a nice little house back there. Goats. I see goats. It's a goat rubber. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the little town of the Grove. You can look up the history on that. Like I said, there's a documentary, 2014 documentary about the town of the Grove. It says The Grove, Texas. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Oh, by the way, before we get out of here, and it's a dead end. Wait a minute. Oh, I had no idea this come out here. Whoa, shit, that damn rabbit scared the piss out of me. This is Owl Creek Road. Yay, okay, we'll go this way. I know where I'm at. I'll be damned. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I'll go back the other way. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Every day I get new subscribers, it seems like. And we got us a dead critter in the road, and that ain't Tweety, that's a buzzard. What is that? Is that a, oh, it's a raccoon. Okay. I thought it was a little bobcat at first. It's a raccoon. So, oh, my brain just shut down. Yeah, consider subscribing. Like I said, every day I get more subscribers. Hit that thumbs up, man. That helps out a lot. Leave a comment. Hitting that thumbs up sends that middle finger to the sissies over there at YouTube who do not like motorcycles, and they especially don't like pew-pews. You can't even say it. You can't say the G word. It's pew-pews. Alright? So if you would, help out that algorithm by hitting that thumbs up and subscribing and clicking that notification bell. Also, down in the description, you'll find a link to a raffle for Forgotten Angels. Y'all know it. I've pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. Be awesome. Help out some young men get a leg up in life, to better themselves. All that money goes directly to them kids to help them build tiny homes, get their driver's license, get their GED, on and on. Some have joined the military. Matter of fact, I found out there's one that's about to purchase his own, full-size house, purchase his own house for the first time. How great is that? I've seen firsthand, and I will continue to try to go there every 6 months. And David and Cindy are awesome people. Joshua, Shade Tree Surgeon, Shay Lacey, Her Two Wheels, everybody involved are awesome. But David and Cindy and everybody, I'm telling you, if you were to go there and see what goes on and how much they help these young men, you would want this to expand to more property there and into other states and areas. They're talking about trying to get one for women, girls that aged out, all kind of stuff. That little $25 raffle ticket will help them. You know, you sharing the link will help them. And you could win a motorcycle or a house and $250,000 if you don't want to move to Florida. It's real. It's not a scam. Get you some raffle tickets. Make a difference in a young man's life. All right, man. I hope y'all, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this. It's been fun. I like the Grove. I've been to the Grove many times. And just a neat little town that used to be. I mean, it used to be the spot there, man, back in 1936. It was a booming town. There was actually gunfights and you know, normal kind of Western stuff, gunfights and you name it, all kind of. That bank's been robbed a couple times. There's history of bar fights at that saloon, just on and on. Pretty dang neat, man. Pretty dang neat. I like it. Well, y'all know how it goes. If you have served or if you're currently serving in the military, if you're a firefighter, EMS, first responder, especially law enforcement, if you're in the healthcare industry, battling out on the front lines of this non-existing pandemic, but putting yourself at risk. If you're a truck driver out there delivering the goods so we can have a good life. If you vote, stand up for your rights. We appreciate everything you do for us and the sacrifices you and your families have made. Ladies, flash a stranger today. Boom.